In this video, we are discussing about can we land on Saturn? Obviously, in this series, as I have explained earlier also, we are we are discussing some of the information about solar system, particularly planets in solar system and solar system. Now, as we are aware that Saturn is very distant planet from Earth. In Sanskrit, this planet is named as Shani. Meaning of this verb Shani as moving slowly. Now you might have noticed that when we are traveling, the close object to our vehicle, they are moving fast. They are going back. If your vehicle is going in this direction, they will go in back direction quickly. But the distant object will move slowly, appear to move. So same way, Saturn is much more away from Earth, and therefore its apparent movement in the sky from Earth is slow. No doubt, it is rotating with very high speed and revolving around Sun with also comparatively good speed, but its orbit is too long, and therefore it is given name as Shani in Sanskrit. Those who are having belief in astronomy, this is the threatening planet. But if you observe through telescope, it's a beautiful planet. It's having rings. Now it's very clear with advanced knowledge that all these gaseous planets possess a rings. So Jupiter is having also rings, but they are comparatively microscopic, actually telescopic we have to say, but fine rings are there for Jupiter. For Saturn, rings are n number, thousands of rings are there. We broadly classified into 5 groups, but they are made up of stones and ice cubes. Then can we land on Saturn? Obviously, as we discussed earlier, same thing we have to discuss here. Is there any land on Saturn? Answer, doubtfully. Because it is also a gaseous planet and the gases, a very simple composition. 2 prominent gases are there. One is hydrogen, other is helium. So most probably, as you are aware that hydrogen is a primitive element which is not having even neutron also, whereas helium is having neutrons. So most probably either they have born, this Jupiter, Saturn, they have born from some remains of dead star, or they are not united to form a planet, to a star. Their mass is less, and so they were not able to convert into a star. So like that situation is there about Saturn. Saturn is having very low temperature as it is having tremendous distance from Sun, and therefore it is not possible to land on Saturn. So question what is asked in the beginning, that can we land on Saturn? The answer is, with our present technology, as we discussed in case of Jupiter, the same thing we are going to discuss here, that it is not possible to land on Saturn, because in order to land there must be hard surface, and Saturn is having very low density. It is made up of hydrogen and helium predominantly, but still some scientists suspects that there must be a hard surface. Now that is of Earth size. They suspect the core part of Saturn should be of Earth size. If you are placing out Earth on equator of Saturn, then 9 Earths are required. So Saturn is also a giant planet. Other than Jupiter, number of satellites, suppose you are able to land on Saturn, then obviously the night or even daytime will be more beautiful than Earth's sky. You will observe everywhere satellites and satellites and satellites. It is believed that some 80 or more than 80 satellites are there for Saturn, because new satellites are awaiting to get added. So awaiting means what? we are considering them as satellite or not. Like that things are there. So already more than 50 satellites are there for Saturn. So how? Just imagine whatever things we are carrying out on Earth, that this is new moon day, this is full moon day, because we have only one moon. So just imagine what will be the situation on Saturn if at all we land there. But instead of landing on Saturn, we can land on the stones, rocky part, that is in form of rings revolving around Saturn. So it is quite possible. If you launch our spacecraft and allow it to land carefully over that rings, but they are also moving with very high speed along with Saturn. Whatever these gaseous planets, they have a small rotational time, but very long revolution time. That means the day on Saturn is very small, around 10 point something hours, whereas year is too long, more than 29 years of Earth. And therefore, if we are there to land on Saturn, it is advisable to land on the stones. They are forming part of ring of Saturn. Or one more thing is there. Saturn is having fantastic satellites. As I have explained, more than 50 satellites, more than 80 satellites may be there, but about 50, they are surely there. Today also we are calling them as satellite. So out of that satellite, many satellites possess hard surface. And therefore, it is possible to land on the moons of this giant planet, Jupiter, Saturn, in both cases. Cassini-Eugene is the name of mission, that Cassini and Eugene, names of scientists. So that mission was sent by NASA. And then they say that surely 2 tons of material from Earth is there on Saturn in gaseous form, because they converted this mission into gaseous form and allowed it to mix on Saturn. Initially they have something different plan, but we are going to discuss that plan when we are going to discuss whether there is life on satellites of this planet, or can we land on satellites of this planet. We are discussing these planets, satellites separately, and therefore I am not discussing right now, but you can consider that approximately 2 tons of material from Earth is already there on Saturn, and I don't know in future, suppose all other nations also came in race, then obvious thing is that we can send more and more material to Saturn. I hope those people, those who are having superstitious belief, they should be also sent along with that material to the Saturn. Let us go there and do whatever. Anyway, but Saturn is the most beautiful planet in our solar system. It's very fantastic view, but it is very, very cold planet. Now in ancient time, Saturn was considered as last planet. Say in Indian astronomy, certain things are considered and common people are confused in that. For example, the name Rahu and Ketu. These 2 names are considered as planets. But those who are having deep knowledge of astronomy, they will say that these 2 are not the planets. They are arbitrary point where moon's revolution plane around Earth and Earth's revolution plane around Sun are intersecting each other. In the moon's orbit, these 2 points are there. They are called as Rahu and Ketu. So they are not planet. So with our ancient Indians or ancient world's present at that time knowledge, the Saturn is supposed to be the last planet. Newton was not aware any planet beyond Saturn, and therefore Newton's laws of gravitation, etc., they have studied on basis of these motions of planets till Saturn, so Mercury to Saturn, this they study. Anyway, so can we land on Venus? Can we land on Saturn? Answer is right now with present technology, with present knowledge, answer is no. So this is something we are discuss about Saturn. Now in next lecture we are going to discuss about Uranus.